Is Ant-Man a Marvel hit or miss? We're giving you a pre-screening review without spoilers. I'm Amy and you're watching The Briefcase.
What is this?
Ant-Man is a less widely known character in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, breaking out on the big screen with this year's flick starring Paul Rudd. No, you don't need a magnifying glass to see that fans are skeptical. However, I think Ant-Man's opening weekend is going to surprise box office predictions, especially given there's no relatable competition entering the market at the same time. 2 weeks ago, James Gunn said he thinks Ant-Man is his favourite Marvel film since Iron Man, of course excluding one he is partial to, and added, "Holy cow, is it a blast." James Gunn is the writer and director of last year's Guardians of the Galaxy. Do I agree with this? Well, it's definitely up there, and my expectation versus reality gap was the biggest yet. I don't think it was as good as The Avengers, but I feel like this film is on a new horizon for Marvel, targeting mainstream humour.
My days of breaking into places and stealing stuff are over. What do you want me to do?
I want you to break into a place and steal some stuff.
Makes sense.
It was the right move for the right hero, and they delivered it in a very successful manner. The general critics' consensus is mixed, but leaning towards the positive side, and similar opinions concur, linked to Paul Rudd's charismatic demeanour and Michael Peña's hilarious and scene-stealing portrayal of Ant-Man's ex-con friend. But let's introduce you to our man of the moment. Scott Lang is an imprisoned con man, but he's more of a modern-day Robin Hood. Determined to change his ways for the sake of his little girl, Scott soon becomes involved in a heist on a mission to save the world. But to do so, he's going to have to downsize, and I don't mean a couple of kilos. Thanks to a weapon of a suit, Scott's able to shrink to the size of an ant, going from 6 foot to ½ an inch in less than a second. The cool part is he can punch with as much force as a normal-sized person, so it's like people are fighting, or rather being picked on, by an invisible man. The concept may sound ridiculous to some, even in a world where Norse gods are flying around. A hero called Ant-Man is a difficult one to sell. The answer? Admit it's ridiculous and get to the good stuff. The film knows its premise is silly and embraces it, as should the audience. One aspect I feel propelled the movie was the ability to show two dimensions. One where dogs are pets and you can step on ants, and another where ants are the size of dogs or bigger. The fight sequences are the perfect mix of action and comedy, jumping back and forth between life size and pint size. I'm very happy the trailer didn't give too much away, and of course there's a few cheeky callbacks and allusions to the wider cinematic universe. Yes, there's some cliche relationships and a somewhat predictable storyline, but it was so enjoyable and fast-paced, I let it tell the story rather than thinking ahead. I was extremely impressed with Paul Rudd, and I'm not just talking about his abs. That made my friend very happy, especially following the disappointment when I told her the tickets were for Ant-Man and not Magic Mike. The guy known for comedies like Anchorman, I Love You Man, and Forgetting Sarah Marshall adapted to action extremely well and brought comedy to rival Robert Downey Jr. Michael Douglas was great as Hank Pym, and Evangeline Lilly shone as his daughter Hope. In the antagonist role, Corey Stoll, whose face is like the merging of Jason Statham and Tom Hardy, was superb in the role of Darren Cross, becoming Yellow Jacket. The fantastic part is you don't need to have any previous knowledge about Ant-Man. Just go in with an open mind and ready for a laugh. Okay, lots of laughter. But I'm super keen to know what you thought, so once you've experienced the wrath of this tiny creature, let me know by commenting under our YouTube video. But wait, there's more. What do we do with all Marvel films? Stay until the very end. In Ant-Man, there's not only the mid-credits scene, which is freaking unbelievable, but also a post-credit sneak peek, which leads us into next year's Captain America Civil War. I'm Amy, and thanks for watching The Briefcase.